In attention all the student of 4th semester electrical for subject professional development. The first topic given in this syllabus, it is course outcome 1. It is given like this, that planning, organizing group activities and events, deciding sub activities, distributing responsibilities, arranging resources and sub activities, and scheduling of sub activities. These are the points to be discussed in this particular topic. So I am starting with the first article, that is what is the planning. Planning means it is think in present what to do in future. Think in present what to do in future. This is called planning. So planning is always done on the paper, that we have to write what to be done in future, and according to that we decide the particular type of activities for that planning. So planning have number of activities along with the resources or the organizing capacity of the system. So organizing after this planning, it is the second step will come. So planning we have to define in proper way, that there are 4 points come in planning: what to do, when to do, where to do, and how to do. These are the 4 points will come in planning. How to do means method, where to do means site, place, where to do means site, place, then how to do the method, then when to do it is the time, when to do, that is the time of the project, and where to do it is the place of working. So all these 4 points, what to do, when to do, where to do, and how to do. How to do means the method involved in the process of doing that work. Either this work may be of manufacturing work, maybe particular event to be maintained, to be manage an event or program. This all will be done according to the planning. So when we have done the planning of the particular work, then according to that we will organize the work. Organize the work means work should be organized according to the activity we have scheduled for the work in the planning stage. So in planning stage, every activity is well defined, and according to that we decide the manpower requirement, material requirement, and tools and plant or the different type of equipments which are required for the work. So organizing is a process in which all these 3 things are to be managed. Means we have to organize. If the availability of all these 3 things are there, then we have to organize the work. For organizing the work, we have to go for the group activities, and these group activities are those which are formed according to the planning of the work. According to planning of the work, if suppose a particular work have 10 activities, so according to that 10 activities we have to plan the work, and for each activity how much manpower is required, how much material is required, how much machinery or tools plants are required, they are decided. So according to that particular 10 activities we have to divide all the activities in group of persons. So here in organizing part we require 3 things that I have already given you: manpower, material, and machines or the tools. So when we go for organizing, so organizing of a work, it is related with the time limit. So whenever we accumulate or we have to group together, gather together number of persons in the event or in the program, then for this group of persons, say maybe a group of 100 persons are there which are required for completing a given project or program. So we have to go for organizing them according to the nature of work or different type of activity in the work. So in this particular case, what we have to do, suppose 100 persons are there, so we form a group of 10 each, so there will be 10 groups will be there. So each group have different type of activities, because the project is to be completed by number of activities, and in this particular case if we consider there are 10 activities, so we form the 10 groups. In 10 groups, in each group 10 persons are there, then they will be start the work according to allotment of the work by the main person or main leader of the work. So according to that the work will be started. So organizing means to organize the manpower. It is the main point is there. Material and tools and plants, they are non-living things, so it can be arranged and it can be kept on some place, and according to the instruction of the person he will get the material or tools according to his requirement and skill. So this is not a big point. Big point is that to organize the manpower organize करना ये सबसे थोड़ा कठिन काम है. So when you arrange the manpower or organize the manpower, then your work will be started. And in this work when we started, so what happened, you have to go for division of the activity. Division of the activity, that is called group activity. So one group of 10, it is have one activities. One group, another group of 10 that will have second activity. Similarly, that if the 10 activities are there and 100 persons are there, so group of 10 each, there will be 10 groups will be there, and each group have certain target of activity or completing a particular target of the work. So according to this, the people will start the work. Now when work is started, what problem will come? In a group of 10, there will be again there are sub activities are there. Sub activities there means after group activities there will be sub activities. So group of 10 persons who are carrying out a activity, but in this one activity there will be another 3-4 activities are there. So what the group leader of 10 will do, he will allot the sub activities time and material and manpower for that sub activity. So say for example in group of 10 we are forming there are 3 activity. So in one activity he required 6 person, and other 2 activity required 2 person each. So that will become the total 10 persons will be there. So they will perform their activities in the sub head or the sub activities head. They will perform their activities according to the program or time given by the main planning person. So that will be the sub activities will be there, and according to sub activities when completed, then one activity will over. So out of 10, one activity is over by 3 sub activities. Similarly, in other 9 activities performing by 90 people in different cadre or different sector or different places, they will also require some sub activities. So they will derive those activities according to their work or according to their main ideas or main target. So they will also go for sub activities, and these sub activities are accumulated, so one activity will be there, it is ready for the work. So in this particular case, what happened, we have to go for different type of work, and according to that we will manage the work. So group activities you followed. Now events means this is not exactly a event of manufacturing or some program, but it is a event given by the planning peoples to the group of person that you have to complete this event in a particular period of time. So in event always what happen, there will be a time limit is given, and this time limit according to that you have to manage that event for the according to time limit. And in the event you required again the sub activities will be there in event and main activities in the event there. Event have an important point that it is a time bound program, means you have to given a particular time in which that event has to be completed. So you decide first main activity, after that you will decide the event sub activities, and sub activities also given with the time. So here in the syllabus that they have given the distribution of responsibilities. So distribution of responsibility, it is defined as that particular skilled person is given with a particular skill job. That is a distribution of the responsibilities. Means a person who know a particular skill, he should be given with a job of that particular skill. So your output will be maximum. If you give wrong distribution of work according to skill, then the work will not be completed and project will be delayed. So this is very important point, that whenever you go for distribution of the job or distribution of work, then you have to first identify the skill of the person, and according to the skill of the person you give that particular skill job to that particular person. So the work will be completed in time and with particular specification or as per the results you required for that work. So this is the deciding the distribution responsibilities. And distribution responsibility, it is a work of the team leader. Team leader means who is organizing complete event. So he will distribute the responsibilities according to the work, and work will be done. Then arrange the resources. Now this is an important point, that how we have to arrange the resources. Resources means there are three type of resources are there: manpower, tools and plants, and materials. So these three type of resource, if available with you, so you can manage all these three materials or three things from different resources. So when resource management is proper, then naturally those persons who are working in the system, they are getting the things required according to their time. And when they got the things required to them for the work in time, then the work will be completed definitely in time given to them for completion of that work. So this type of things is there, that resource management is that you have to find out the resource of these three types of resource we have to find out. Now apart from these three types of resource, there are so many other materials are also required, but in the broad heading they will come in all these three broad heading: manpower, materials, and tools, plant, machineries. So whatever subheads are there, according to that the second resources are managed by the resource management persons, and they will provide the particular type of resource which is required to complete a particular event or activity. So this is the distribution of responsibility and arrangement of resources. Then sub activities are there, and schedule time to be given to the sub activities. So scheduling of the activities means allotment of time for each sub activity, that is called scheduling of the activities. Scheduling means, suppose in 10 persons are there who are performing 3 activities of different nature. So for each nature activity there is a time division is there, that one group of 3 persons given 3 hours to confirm or complete a job. So this is the scheduling for the first group. Then another group of 3 persons, it is given again 4 hours to complete the job. So they will be complete their job in 4 hours. Then again remaining 4 persons in 10 person group, they are giving with a time limit of 2 hours to complete the job. So in this particular case we see that there are 10 persons in which subdivision is done by sub activities 3 hours, 3 person and 4 person. So 3 persons they are getting 3 hours time first group, 3 persons of second group they get 4 hours time, and the 4 persons of the third group they get the 2 hours time. So ultimately total hours required will be 9 hours and total persons required are 10. So these activities will be completed by these 10 persons in 9 hours. So it is always given in the planning stage that in particular event how many activities to be performed and what are the sub activities are there and what is their time. Time means scheduling of that. So schedule of activities done, that the allotment of sub activities time. So according to that the persons will perform the activities, and he will get all this work done according to the planning. So again I will brief it again, that planning, organizing group activities and events, deciding sub activities, distribution of responsibilities, arrangement of resources, sub activities, and scheduling of sub activities. So these are the total 7-8 points are there, in which I have given all the things in brief. But when we actually perform this practical, then student available in the institute, then we will take one particular event and divide the group in different activities for the persons of the particular skill. Then we will see actually that how much time they take to complete the job given to them. So according to job given to them, they apply their skill with the tools provided to them, and whatever material given to them, they complete a particular job. So naturally this type of work you will get in your final year project work. When you will be allotted with the project work, then in that particular project work there are we form normally group of 10 or 15 students, and they are given with a major project heading, and under this heading there are number of activities are to perform. So it is the duty of the project in charge of that particular group, that how much work he allot to how much persons. Means 15 persons students are there in the group, so 5 persons may be allotted for material management, 5 persons may be allotted for the actual working of the project, 5 persons are allotted for quality control, measurement and the accuracy of the project. So according to these activities the persons will start work, and time limit is given. Of course फाइनल ईयर में सेमिस्टर जो होता है उतना पीरियड आपको मिलता है नॉर्मली 2 से 3 महीने का, तो उसमें आपको अपना प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट करना है. सो दिस इज द व्हाट द एक्टिविटी मैनेजमेंट. एक्टिविटी मैनेजमेंट विल बी डन बाय द ग्रुप लीडर, and group leader is the, if we take the example of project, so project guide will be there, some teacher will be there, he will guide you all the project and its components part, and how to work it, how to procure the material, that resources from where you will get the material, manpower, technology, process and all that. So after procurement of all these things you will start doing the work, and this work period is available with you for the 2 months or 2.5 months is there. So in this period you have to complete the project. So naturally in a group of 15 students you prepare the group of 3 or 5 students each, and allot the different work of that project to them, and give the time limit also. So in this particular example we learn प्लानिंग, दैट व्हाट टू डू इन फ्यूचर, थिंक इन प्रेजेंट. प्रेजेंट में हमने सोचा कि क्या करना है, उसको फ्यूचर में अपने को करना है, उसको अपन ने राइट अप में ले लिया. तो ये आपका प्लानिंग हो गया. अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लानिंग then organizing will be there. So organizing is basically organizing is done for manpower. So manpower is with you. If you are given with 15 students for a group of project, so you organize these 15 people for different work, and this different work is decided by your project guide or project leader. So he will give the different type of work to different persons, and they will decide according to their instructions, and they start their work. So if everything is going on smooth without any difficulty or disturbance, so you will definitely complete your project in stipulated time, whatever given by the project guide. That I have given an example that you complete your project in 2.5 months, because in the final semester you will get the project to be done. So normally we have seen since last so many years that project will be completed by the student in 2.5 years, 2.5 months maximum. So you have to plan according to that. According to planning, if it is perfect, then your work or project will be completed in time. Now scheduling of activity, as already I have told you, you have to allot the time for each activity to be done by the persons, three persons given a time that in 3 days you complete this activity, so this is called scheduling up that time for the first group. Similarly, for second group of 5 persons, you have given that time that for in 10 days you complete this activity, so they will do that. So according to individual group and scheduling of the activities given to them, time limit. So you will sum up all these things. So you will find that 2.5 month period the complete project is completed and its thesis is also completed. So you can be in position to submit the project in 2.5 months. So maximum time is this. Starting from your semester, 2.5 months is maximum period given to you for completion of the project. But student, if you are not giving attention to your activities and work and planning, then this work will be not completed up to the exam period, and that will create a difficulty for you that if your project is not ready and exam has come, then you have to face so many difficulties. You cannot prepare for Viva and all that. So it is necessary that in the planning, what to do, when to do, where to do, how to do, all the 4 things if you know, according to that you plan your work and then you start the work and schedule the activities, number of activities you count, number of persons required for that activities you count, and how much work is given to how many persons in different category. It is to be planned on the paper, and according to that you allot them, so they will do that. Now resource management, as I have told you, that whatever type of material required for your project, you have to find out it from the market, and you find out the sources where this material or manpower or different type of tools, plants or machinery is required for your project is available. So you procure these all things from the resources as guided by your teacher either, or you find yourself also. Go for the market survey and find out that which particular material is available at which place. So according to that you will get the material, manpower and machinery or tools and plants, and then you start the work to complete. So again, if I can discuss this first topic, outcome, that is the course outcome, then in which planning is first, that I have defined you. Think in present, what to do in future. Second, organizing means organizing of manpower and organizing of resources. So mainly manpower organized, that is the quantity of number or the batch size, it is known to you, whether 15 persons are there or 10 persons are there in a particular batch. According to you organize the manpower. And then group activity, you have to decide that in one group of 15 or 10 people you subdivided the activities into that group, and so that the work will become easy. All the 10% will be busy with one work, then work will be delayed and not completed. So better it will be, you should divide the work according to scheduling. And scheduling means you give the time limit for each work to be done by the student. So as I have given the example of 3 students for work to be done in 3 hours, 3 students work to be done in 4 hours, and 4 students given the work to be done in 2 hours. So all these hours may be converted into days also, depending upon the type of project or length of the project or the time limit of the project. So time factor depends on the length of the project or the volume of the work. So volume of work is big, so naturally more time will be required. Volume of work is less, then less time will be required. But until unless you manage according to time scheduling, there is a one my lecture available on YouTube, टाइम शेड्यूलिंग, वो लेक्चर आप देख लें, तो उसमें मैंने पूरी प्रोसेस समझाई है टाइम शेड्यूलिंग की, शेड्यूलिंग ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़ कैसे करते हैं. तो वो एक थोड़ा साइंटिफिक मेथड है टाइम शेड्यूलिंग की. So that is called part chart scheduling. You can prepare a chart also for scheduling activities. You write the number of activities and their time duration and the number of person required for that activity. So in this way you can also do the planning of the activities. So according to all these particular type of things or the project or event or program, you can plan all these things. So planning, organizing group activities, this is the one part. Then second part is event management, in which the deciding sub activities, distribution of responsibilities, and third is the arranging the resources, and fourth is the scheduling of sub activities. So all the 4 points I have discussed in this lecture. You listen my lecture seriously and catch the point for individual activities given in the course outcome, that is planning, organizing group activities and events, deciding sub activities, distribution of responsibilities, arranging the resources, and scheduling the sub activities time. So all these if you do carefully, then there will be no problem to complete any project. There are so many projects which are running in the country, in the industry, in the field, that they have given with a target period time, and in time only delay caused due to main 3 causes. Delay will be there in the project. One, due to non-receipt of material, sometime project delay, non-receipt of a particular type of tool or plant required for working, and non-availability of skilled worker in that particular case. So these 3 major points are there, in which you are not getting if these 3 things, then your project may be delayed. So you always keep in your mind that these 3 critical points are there in any project completion. If you keep in your mind, then you will find that your work is completed in time, and according to your planning time, the work is completed and results are obtained as per your expectation. Sometime what happen, if result are not obtained expectation, then also your project will be delayed or it is not set to be completed. So for obtaining exact results, normally in any system 3% variations may be there for obtaining exact result. So 3% variation we can consider. If there 3% variation is there in the end results are there, then we can consider them according to standards. But project should be completed according to the end result. Whatever end result is there, if you are getting end result according to your planning, then that project is completed in all respect. So in this today's lecture, whatever points I have discussed, this is the course outcome from topic number 1, in which all the points I have discussed, and all these points you will revise in your mind. And because in this professional development course the work is to be done practically, so theoretically I can explain number of things to you, but until unless you go practically to do these activities or event, you will not actually understand the experience of that particular thing. So experience is obtained only when you do it by practical performance, and practical performance is only depend upon that when college will open and student will come to college, then we will decide some event or project given to you, and then you start that work and follow all the points which I have discussed theoretically here, and according to that you will complete the work. So you will actually enjoy that work कि जैसा अपन ने theory में पढ़ा था वैसा का वैसे अपन कर रहे हैं और अपने को result मिल रहा है. So you will find that it is whatever given in theory it is correct. Otherwise whatever I am teaching you, if it is not implemented properly in the field, when you actually do the work, then you will not get the result. So you will not trust on these points कि ये तो सब ने theoretically बता दिया, practically तो ऐसा हो ही नहीं रहा. But practically होगा कब, when you will be available in the institute, and I will give you some project or some task or some event to perform, and you will do according to this approach which is given in the theoretical outcome or the course outcome in the topic number 1. Then you will find that the work will be completed. So you will be ready for that if fortunately there will be time come and we will meet in college. So I will give you some task according to that particular topic contained in the first course outcome, and you try to complete that. And if you complete it properly, then you will develop a confidence. This is the point. So this is all for today. Thank you.